Live from the Texas Cheerlickers Studios. It's In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
Probably, 12, 13 years ago when we thought that Oklahoma City was about to take off on a long run.
2012, came back from the Spurs, down 2-0, won 4 straight. James Harden went absolutely nuts coming off the bench, then disappeared in Miami.
Who beat them in the finals? It was the
Miami.
Heat. Yeah.
That was a short.
Oh, yeah, he disappeared in Miami.
He disappeared in Miami. That was LeBron's first asterisk ring. It was short. He has a shortened season ring, and he has a Mickey Mouse bubble ring. Then he has a Ray Allen ring.
Okay.
And then he has a Steph Curry got hurt and Draymond Green got suspended ring. So yeah, great 4 rings, LeBron. I'm awake. I had a Starbucks today, so let's talk some shit.
Rudy did have a Starbucks today. I witnessed it.
Mike made me go against my local. Sorry, local coffee people.
Okay. And you went in there and probably threw the baristas for a loop by ordering straight black coffee with nothing in it.
No, and she
sugar,
was like, "What
no
size?" I was like,
"Tall."
Yeah,
Tall.
I said small, and she said tall. I said small,
right.
And she said tall, and I said lady.
Are you serious?
I'm kidding. Okay.
I was about to bust her out.
No.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like tall is their small, grande, which means big, is a medium, and venti is their giant large, which actually means 20, as in 20 ounces.
Is that Leroy in there?
I don't know. What's up, Leroy? Yeah, that is Leroy.
Leroy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what
here
up,
we
Leroy?
are. I was making a point about the current playoffs, and you turned it into an anti-LeBron rant.
No, I'm saying that was 2012. They were supposed to take off.
Yeah.
And James Harden ends up getting ditched for Serge Ibaka. Then Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant couldn't get together, and Kevin Durant leaves, and here we are again. So they've been with Dennis Johnson in the gang, because that was Seattle.
Okay.
Then Gary Payton and Sean Kemp.
Yep.
And Harden, Russ, and Durant, which are all 3 MVPs, and now Shea, Jalen, and Chet. 4 trips to the finals for the Seattle Thunder.
Okay.
I don't know what you want to call them.
It's just
it's weird. So when they showed the highlights of Seattle, I was like, oh yeah, I forget.
Right.
Like they're Oklahoma to me.
R.C. Buford and Greg Popovich have created a monster in Oklahoma City. They had Sam Presti on staff.
Why you gotta take them people's credit?
Most
Mike?
of his staff are former Spurs people.
Mm-hmm.
And they learn how to run basketball underneath the Spurs. They go up to Oklahoma City when Seattle moves. They could have been a dynasty with 3 world stars. It completely goes to shit. James Harden gets hurt, spent more time in the club than the practice court. Took him a long time to grow up. We all know James Harden's dubious history of bouncing around to teams and fucking them up.
He wanted to be the man.
Sure, and was never the man. And when he is the man, they don't win nothing. KD decides to jump ship and go get some cheap rings in Golden State with the Warriors. You're gonna bag on LeBron James, but you're gonna just give. You just want to. You want them haters. One of them haters.
I think you know what? It's fair.
KD's a front runner.
I gotta talk shit about Harden and Durant and Westbrook.
Yeah.
Too. Westbrook, all he's done is ruin every team he's gone to.
Correct. Russell Westbrook, he was the last Mohican up there, and they didn't give 2 shits about winning. It was all about getting him the triple-double record, and so they were literally, like, guys were not getting rebounds so Russ could get him one to get a cheap triple-double. And it goes to crap, and they never sniff another championship run. But what does Sam Presti do? And the people that learned out of the Spurs, because we created a monster up there, they go through the process again. Hoard draft picks, and now here they are back in the NBA Finals.
Shout out to
same management, whole new roster.
If you're Oklahoma, you should also send a case of Ace of Spades, preferably from Texas Cheerlicker, to one Kawhi Leonard. Why do I say that? Because when Kawhi Leonard left Toronto and he went and took the meeting with Ballmer and the Clippers, he walked in there, said, "Get me Paul George, and I'm yours," and walked out.
Mm-hmm.
And the Clippers sent their mom, their second born, and 17 draft picks to Oklahoma alongside of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and the rebuild started. So send a case of Ace of Spades from Texas Cheerleader to Kawhi Leonard, because the part of the reason Shai Gilgeous is in Oklahoma is because Kawhi Leonard wanted Paul George, who was in OKC at the time.
Again, the Spurs have created a monster in Oklahoma
City.
Damn,
you know what? We can trace that back to the Spurs too, Mike.
Absolutely. Thank you, Spurs, for creating another championship run in Oklahoma City.
You made one of them little charts on how this became.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
Crazy.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren. They're the new KD, Harden, and Russ, I guess. Or is this the actual beginning of something up there in Oklahoma City that's going to last for a long time?
This is the problem, Mike. Shai, if they're really going to be the Spurs, everybody got to take a little bit less. Everybody's got to take a little bit less. Like, Shai's up for $76 million per year because of the MVP, because of first team All-NBA. So he's up for the super duper max. Now, if you're really the Spurs, Shai walks in there with Chet, with Jalen, and they say, what do we need to do to make this stay? What do I need to do to keep us together? That's if they're really about a dynasty. If they're really, because if they're not, and everybody's just like, hey, Jalen's like, hey, man, I want to go see, or Chet's like, hey, man, I'm going to need mine, then they got to hurry up and cash in, because you can't pay everyone. It's because of a stupid-ass salary cap, which is stupid to me in any sport. They can't pay everyone unless you take the Manu route. Manu took hometown deals. Tony took hometown deals. You had bums, scrubs, busts making more money than Tony and Manu when they were in their prime, winning rings at other places, not winning anything. So it's going to be up to Chet, Jalen, and Shai on sitting down over some wine and figuring out, okay, how do we stay together and we still all get rich? If they don't want to do that, I respect it, but then you got to hurry up and cash in.
And I think they're going to do next week. I am a Pacers fan, at least for 2 weeks anyway, because I really like Tyrese Halliburton's game. But, man, Oklahoma is
a juggernaut.
They're going to kick Indiana's ass. 6 games, maybe 5, unless the Knicks come back. And then the Knicks will get swept. They'll either sweep New York or beat Indiana in 5 or 6. Oklahoma City's going to win the championship. And they're just kind of getting started, man.
I think so, too.
They're going to do what KD, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook could not do.
But they weren't playing LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh.
You're right about that. They're playing Tyrese Halliburton.
They weren't playing Tony, Tim, and Manu.
Right.
Keep in mind, in 13 and 14, the team that came out of the West was the Spurs, who beat Oklahoma in 14 in 6 games. And the game 6 was a double overtime, crazy-ass game. So sometimes you're in an era where it's tough.
So Oklahoma City wins the championship this year, right? It looks like that's going to happen.
I think so.
Okay. Do they beat is this Oklahoma City team beat last year's Boston team that won the championship? I guess where I'm going is
I would say no.
I'm gonna
that team that won last year, that a fully healthy Boston team, no.
So I guess what I'm going with this is, and I'm not trying to hate on Oklahoma City. They're young. They've built it. They've done the right thing. It's a bunch of homegrown, developed kids. They can't help who they play, but what a weird year it's been. It's just been the craziest year ever in the NBA in my lifetime, and I think we're about to cap it with a championship team that's just not really great. Oklahoma City, are they great? I mean, can you like you say the big three? The first big three in Oklahoma City ran up against Miami with LeBron and D-Wade.
Who went to 4 straight finals.
Yeah, there's no monster team in the league right now. It's so watered down right now. We're going to have to get used to this.
Is it well? See, and that's where the NBA not being popular gets shit on, because if this is the NFL, we say it's parody. In the NBA, we say it's watered down. Like NFL, because we love it, nobody wants to admit that there's only 4 good teams.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we love it. Like, there's 28 shitty teams that really have no chance of winning anything, but we love the NFL. We love fantasy. We love gambling. We love football. So, oh, man, it's so competitive. No. The NFL has 28 shitty teams. No.
Everybody as a whole.
20 shitty teams, 4 really good teams, and 8 average teams that get hot here and there.
That wasn't even a great Kansas City team that went to the Super Bowl last year. They struggled on offense all season long.
The NFL has a shitty product, but we love it. So we're like this. Like, oh my God, that game I just watched on Thursday was awful, but goddamn, my fucking numbers hit. My fantasy team went off for 300 points. So we look past the fact that most of the time when we're sitting down watching NFL, it's shitty.
A phenomenon has been created in pro sports in this country. So we've talked about this before. We were talking about baseball a few weeks ago, and I said that you have guys that won 10, 15 games in the show as a pitcher in 1990 that wouldn't even make a big league roster today. I would venture to say, and I think Bouquet agreed with me, I would say 40% of Major League Baseball players in 1990 would not get out of Double-A today because the game has so many really good players. It's evolved. Nutrition, science, the human body, just your brain knowing that I can be better than that. You know what I mean? Baseball's never been overall better, top to bottom. Same thing with the NFL. You also have more very good football players than ever before. And what's happened because of more teams, salary caps, these kinds of things, expansion, while the leagues are deeper than they've ever been. Like the NBA is deeper than it's ever been, right? Like the worst guys on every team are still insanely talented, and like I would argue that the NBA overall is better.
The athleticism is better, not the fundamental skill set.
Okay, that's fine. I'll give you that. The athleticism's better.
That's ridiculous.
What these kids are doing, you get white kids winning this dunk contest that aren't even in the damn NBA. But
athleticism through the roof.
So while the leagues are deeper than ever, talent-wise, skill-wise, nutrition-wise, science and analytics and all that shit, we're not getting great championship teams anymore because of expansion and
money,
free agency,
yeah.
Money, salary caps. It's creating teams that aren't great in an era when the leagues are deeper than ever, which is ironic. This Oklahoma City team, I mean, sorry, not sorry, the 2014 Spurs would whip their asses in 4 or 5. But this Oklahoma City team this year is going to whip the asses of Indiana next week in 5.
It's going to be. I think this is what I'll say about the Indiana team. It's going to be a better series than it would have been had it been the Knicks. They sweep the Knicks.
Agree. Oklahoma City waxes
the Pacers.
New York.
The Pacers are going to win a couple games. And Oklahoma's really going to have to play good basketball, good quality basketball to put the Pacers away.
Yeah.
But this is the best matchup possible.
Yeah. So I guess I'll put a bow on all that. It's time to start. It's time to recognize the frickin' Thunder. They're not some 1-year flash in the pan. They weren't a team that got hot.
They got Dallas beat them in the first round last year.
I know. But I think that they're good to stay. They're going to stay good for a good minute.
And they were 29-1 this year versus the East.
Yeah, another team that stands in the way of Victor Wembanyama in San Antonio from going to where it is they want to go. So the Thunder are in the finals.
Chet Holmgren.
What's up, Chet?
He's up on your ass, Wemby. You should be in the gym this morning.
Again, Chet's the third best player on his team. Wemby is being asked to be the best.
He might be the fourth.
He might be the fourth. All right, it is in the building. Welcome. Sorry for the little bit of a late start for you boys that watch it live. Things happen. It's show number 335 from the Texas Chair Studios, Pub Sports Radio, Southtown, Texas. The audio disseminator is Jose Bouquet. All right, wanted to run something by y'all. Saw this run across my news cycle yesterday.
Oh shit! Here come the readers. The readers are out. What happened?
So, Rudy and I, we have talked about this on the show with y'all, with our dailies, our people, that we know that if Rudy and I we have big plans for our thing, right? We want to expand our show. We love San Antonio. We're never going to leave you. You're always going to be Poodle. We built this show based right here in this city. But we would like our show to become a locally based national show. That makes sense? And that's why we do things in Austin. That's why we do things in other towns. You're going to see us do more things in other towns. We're not leaving you behind
There we are.
We're expanding our base. We're doing what the Spurs are doing. We're marketing in Austin. We're going to do some marketing in Monterrey.
Good point.
We're becoming a regional franchise here. My point is this. In the last few weeks, I've had people send me stories of female teachers fucking the students, right? But the last couple of times I've had to reply to the person that would send me a link. Hey, man, we just do the Texas ones, all right? I'm here to propose something to the show. You mostly, and Bouquet can give his opinion. I think it might be time to expand the female Texas teacher diddling report to just the female teacher diddling report.
Mike, we'd be doing one every day.
Well, that's why I bring it up. Is it time to expand the female teacher diddling report outside of the borders of the great state of Texas as we try to build our thing into a regional monster?
Why not?
We can maybe do the border states of Texas.
We could expand it, and again, there'd be some we skip and some we don't.
Because this one's a good one.
Then that's what I'm saying. Like, it's going to depend on the story.
Okay, well, I've got one for you. Dateline, Little Rock, Arkansas.
That's near.
All right. Okay, yeah, it's a border state. Bouquet, I'm going to send you a link.
Conference.
I didn't send you a link, did I, Bouquet?
No.
All right, stand by, Holmes. That way you can flash her photo. Every time we do one of these, the first thing people want to know is, what does she look like? Let me see let me see it.
That's because they're freaking perverts.
Because
too.
they base their opinion based on how good looking the teacher is.
If they would hit, let's show her a picture, which is so crazy.
Correct. And if it's ugly, then she's a predator, and you feel bad for the kid.
Right.
But if she's hot, just like
give the kid 5.
Yeah, no doubt. Dateline, Little Rock, Arkansas. Reagan Danielle Gray.
Hold on.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
You see,
before you say wow, post the photo. Here's the mugshot of the latest female teacher to get popped.
Hold on.
Boinking kids under 18.
Kind of hot.
What do you mean kind of hot? You can only see her upper body.
That's fine.
She might be shaped like the Despicable Me dude.
That's okay.
Gru.
Yeah. Hey, Finnegan says expanded and then add smash or pass.
Oh God, we're supposed to.
We're supposed to be protecting little boys.
We're supposed to be a grown. We've evolved from smash and grab. Have we not?
I don't do smash.
We still do the segment, but smash or pass. I don't know if we could. I feel bad.
Well, dude, 98% is all going to be smash because there's a.
Well, we're guys.
Perverted losers.
And we're dudes, you know? Anyway, all right, so let me get here's let's talk about Miss Reagan Gray here. So she is a former teacher and a former church volunteer. Has pleaded guilty. I take it back. Has pleaded no contest to charges of second-degree sexual assault involving a 15-year-old boy at Emmanuel Baptist Church in Little Rock, Arkansas. So
she let him hit in the pulpit?
Well, dude, so that's why I'm using this as a case study, right? Mrs. Gray. She's a teacher, but this went down at a church, and it's not in Texas. So do we count it or not? That's what I want to know from the people today.
Why not?
So she's pled no contest. Is treated as in the state of Arkansas, that's basically you're treated as guilty for sentencing purposes. The allegations against Gray came up late last year and carried over into this year, with reports indicating that the abuse actually started 5 years ago in 2020.
Jesus.
And continued all this time.
Wait, so is he 20 now?
The kid's now of age.
Oh,
now
okay.
He is. He was,
okay, I thought he was 10 and he's now 15.
In 2020, he was 15.
That worried me.
Now he's 20.
Okay, I'm listening.
All right, so People Magazine reports that Miss Gray was accused of sending nude photos on a daily basis to the 15-year-old teenage boy and then eventually engaging in sex with him. An affidavit revealed that Miss Gray was warned to cease contact with the boy after his parents discovered text messages between them of her sending her pictures of her tits, ass, and poontang to this boy.
Nice.
Despite this, communication reportedly continued via Snapchat. So she wouldn't leave the kid alone. Even when the parents cut the phone off, she just started Snapchatting old boy.
She like that young peen.
Dude, Gray was placed on administrative leave from her position at Sylvan Hills Middle School in February of last year. She was only 23 at the time of the alleged abuse when it started in 2020. So the kid was 15. She was 23. So she wasn't old.
So now
but
at 28
15.
Well, they can go 5-6 rounds.
Good Lord.
Dude, a 15-year-old? Well, I guess.
15,
Good Lord.
15, your balls are heavy.
Dude, she has been sentenced to now 6 years probation.
Probation?
That's it, yeah. $1,000 fine and has to register in the state of Arkansas as a sex offender.
Well, this is what these teachers need to do, man. These teachers, if y'all have a thing for little boys, become priests. They'll just transfer you.
Yes.
Okay.
That is true.
What?
This case has impacted the church, by the way. So this case, according to Local News 12 in Little Rock, has also impacted Emmanuel Baptist Church, where Gray volunteered in the student ministry. The pastor just resigned in April
because he's a hornball,
following criticism over the church's handling of the allegations. So she's fucking this kid. He goes to school and he goes to the same church, and they're having a sexual relationship. She got fired from school, obviously. Ultimately, no prison time. Had this been a man, he probably would have gotten 2 to 3 years. But in the state of Arkansas, see, in Texas, we put these girls in prison now. That's why you don't see it as much, or they're a little bit sneakier.
Good point.
They go to greater lengths to not get caught. Arkansas still hadn't caught up with Texas. In Arkansas, oh, hell, give her probation. Can't teach no more. Because they understand that she's 23, kind of hot.
And in Arkansas, 15, he's a man.
I mean, he's pretty much a guy. Yeah, he's pretty much a man. Yeah.
You know what I was doing at 15?
Right. So,
you know what I was doing at 15? At 15, I already had 3 jobs.
Right. So what is the age of consent in Arkansas? Look that up too, Bouquet.
I know is it Massachusetts? It's 16?
I bet Arkansas might be puberty.
Oh, God.
Grass on the fairway. We're playing. Hey.
She had to wait 1 year. She couldn't wait 1 year.
Or it's 16 in Arkansas. It's 17 in Texas.
She couldn't wait 1 year?
But again, why wait?
Good Lord, these
it's
are laws.
Sexier when you break the law.
That's true, obviously.
Age of consent. How is the age of consent 16?
And there's exceptions, too.
Hey.
What do you mean?
If the person is 14 or 15 years old, certain actions are not considered sexual assault if the person is not more than 4 years older than the young person.
So if the person is 15 and I'm 19.
You're good to go if it's consensual. Unless you're her teacher. But you don't get jail in Arkansas. You just get probation, and you obviously can't teach anymore. You lose your license.
Now I see why they gave her probation. They gave her probation because they're like, it's 6 months from when they started, he turned 16.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Man,
but
Arkansas.
She groomed him. She predatored him. She was a predator.
Yeah.
You know?
Arkansas, weird.
So what do y'all think? Should we expand the female teacher diddling report beyond the borders of Texas?
If it's good.
If it's good, depending on what the girl looks like. If we have good details.
Oh yeah.
It depends on the details of the story. Like the other one the other day from Texas. This was better than the one the other day from Texas because this one had more details. The one from Texas the other day, they didn't really give us much.
Right, because it got so bad here in Texas that the state has started to crack down more on this, started putting girls in jail, females in jail. And so they're either lesser doing it because of that, or they're being more discreet about getting caught. They're trying harder not to get caught. And I guess it became such a thing in Texas that they've cracked down on the law, raised the age of consent to 17, all this kind of thing, you know. Maybe this is still kind of a new thing in Arkansas. This
got to be a controlled thing because some of these women are decent looking women that can get a 20-something-year-old man.
Or a 50-something-year-old man. Or 30.
So I don't.
Or a lawyer, doctor.
I'm still trying to figure out what is in the chicken nuggets and milk that make these teachers want 15-year-old peen.
Nurturing, a chance to control somebody. He listens to me. He's, you know what I'm saying? A manipulation. And the reason why she didn't wait till he was 16 is because it's sexier when it's against the law. That's my theory.
I think you're right.
We've talked about this before. It's like these teachers that like bang a senior in high school and go to prison over a 17-year-old, 16-year-old boy. Why don't you just wait 6 months when he turns 18 and he graduates? Because it's no longer as appealing.
It's not
There's
erotic.
not that erotic. I'm breaking the law. He's underage. It's more cochino. The turn on is not necessarily even the screwing, although you talk about how prominent, how they can go 5-6 rounds a day. It's not.
I'm looking for answers.
It's not even just about the physical sex. It's about the mental. You know, with women are all mental. It's all emotional for women.
Yeah.
A lot of women just can't fuck.
And a reason why I would also consider throwing her in jail is because the parents were nice enough to say, hey, we found out, leave our son alone. Like, they didn't even rat her out. Right. Like, just leave him alone. Right. And she kept going.
Right.
Like, we didn't even rat you out, lady.
Just don't call him anymore. And she's still hitting him up on Snapchat. Wouldn't leave him alone. Maybe he is a victim in this case. And she's not an ugly lady. She's an attractive, young, 20-something-year-old chick.
She's blonde. I don't know if she's attractive.
Her face is pretty.
No, she's a pretty woman.
That's not bad for a mugshot.
You'll fuck this hole in the wall where the flies come in. What are you talking about? You think?
Speaking of fucking, have you guys ever been caught in the act?
No.
I once
by anybody?
Well, I had relations once in a school parking lot and got rolled up on by a police officer once. That was an interesting time.
Was it jail? Was it a ticket?
It was hey, get the fuck out of here.
Good on the police officer.
With your ass going up and down in the window?
Yeah, yeah. Dick out.
Yeah, man, that's unfortunate. Where were you at? In a parking lot?
High school, yeah.
Okay.
My high school parking lot. Also,
no, I've never been caught. That's the day you lost your virginity?
No, that was not that same day.
Oh, the same parking lot.
But you lost your virginity in the school parking lot.
Wait, where's this parking lot at?
Marshall. Shout out to Marshall.
Oh, what? The Marshall High parking lot's where you lost your virginity?
Yeah. I've been on my mom's car. Shout out to her.
Okay, well, you know what? Here's a jacket because there's a long club full of people who've had sex in the parking lot at Marshall High.
I know. I needed like a Letterman patch for it.
I know, right? You should get a Letterman jacket. Have you ever been caught?
Nah.
No, me neither. No.
Bookie, how old was the dude?
He was
49. Bookie had his car insurance due.
had to get paid somehow.
Absolutely. It is in the building. You can donate to our program. Somebody did earlier. Scroll back up, Bouquet. You can donate via the super chat. Jump into the chat. You can donate us money on the Love You Hard side. You can donate money on the Pub Sports Radio side too, but we don't see that money. Pub Sports Radio does, which is fine. They're a partner. But if you want to tip me and Rudy's personally, jump into the Love You Hard TV chat. And you can jump into the super chat. You can also buy us coffees, which is another way to tip us, via the link that Bouquet will put on there. We owe the people a members only next Monday for sure. We got super busy this week.
Monday we were off.
We were off Monday because of the holiday. We owe y'all. We normally do our members only shows on Mondays. We owe y'all one this Monday. We will make good. Members only shows are only $4.99 a month, but you can subscribe to the channel for absolutely free via the wonderment that is Love You Hard TV.
Who gave us money?
Oh, Craft Beer Bob's in the building. $5. Good morning, fellas. We in the building at Westover Hills Baptist Hospital with my wife, keeping her spirits up, watching today. Keep up the good work.
So his wife's in the hospital trying to keep her spirits up, and here we are talking about teachers banging 15-year-olds. Sorry, Miss Beer Bob.
You know what, though? Maybe she's...
Hope she gets better, whatever's going on, Craft Beer.
Humor can be a great medicine. So.
True.
Yeah. Shout out to Steeler Rob. I met him yesterday. Had a beer with him. Bought him a beer at HEB yesterday. At the barbecue place.
Yeah,
the barbecue place that's connected to the big HEB.
Their brisket's solid.
Met Steeler Rob there. I gave him his skateboard, tweeted a picture of it out yesterday. So if Bouquet, go to my Twitter feed. Actually, go to my Instagram feed if you have access to it. Steeler Rob is not a coach.
No, but he put 999, but he was the coach. I don't know.
He's talking about the guy running my cheeks.
Let's not throw coaches under the bus. Running your cheeks.
Yeah.
I like how
you're a receiver.
It's always his cheeks.
You're for sure. He's for sure.
Bouquet's a catcher.
He's a catcher.
You guys have to know that I'm very self-aware, and I'm not man enough to be the pitcher in this situation.
I understand. You're submissive.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like to be told what's up.
Yes, exactly. That's why we work so well.
Bark like a dog.
Anyway, shout out to Steeler Rob. He won himself a kick-ass Spurs skateboard. Met him yesterday. I was 30 minutes late meeting him. He sat there and waited on me very patiently. So to make up for it, I went there and bought him a beer.
Steeler Rob, let me tell you something. That is
good
in my year and a half working with Mike, he's never been 30 minutes late.
No, to anything.
To nothing.
Which is why I bought him. 5. Which is why I rewarded him with a tasty beverage. Grandmaster Chota is in the building with a $2 donator. Both y'all looking slim. You hitting 10,000 steps daily? Trying to, man.
I'm in there. I'm in the gym. Thank you, Grandmaster, because when you in there in the gym daily like we are, you hopefully it's working. Seems like it's working.
Thank you for noticing.
Thank you.
I feel sexy now.
Thank you.
Thank you hard. Running Dim Cheeks is in here. Bouquet, don't be telling our stories. No, we want to hear all of them. We want to hear all of them. There's no way to segue to the first live spot after the ass fucking talk in the Marshall parking lot. So I'm just going to do it.
AFing.
Oh, sorry, ass screwing. But you have my photo?
Yeah, he was just up.
Oh, put him back up there. That right there that's Steeler Rob. Fine lad right there. Had a good talk with him.
Your coach sucks for y'all. He'll be a great coach somewhere else.
The Steelers coach?
Yeah, it's time for Tomlin to go.
Okay. We didn't even talk about the Steelers yesterday.
It was time for him to go, not because he can't coach. He needs to be the next Cardinals coach.
Well, and for the first time, and by the way, I've heard Mike Tomlin should be fired for the last 10 years.
Not fired.
No. I know, but you're saying is different. But I actually think you may be right, and I hate to see it. Mike probably would be. There's another franchise in the NFL that can benefit from what Mike brings. Whereas in Pittsburgh, may have run its course. That's okay. It happens. Relationships end. And then you have a new one that blossoms, someone that needs what you need. But you leave one business because they don't need what you need anymore, and you do it somewhere else. I get it.
A la Rick Carlisle, like we talked about yesterday.
Rick Carlisle wins a championship in Dallas. He's out of there within 2 years. Can't get along with nobody, and now he's one game away from the finals again in Indiana. Good for Rick Carlisle, by the way. Good to see it. All right, that's a good. Now we can segue to the live spot. Thank you for showing.
It's like when you watch a scary movie, you can't go right to bed.
Right.
That's what this is.
Hey, baby, put on a comedy.
Yeah, put on some Key and Peele.
Oh my God. Okay. GC Roofing and Construction Services. They will go and look at your roof and fix your roof and repair your roof, replace your roof from here all the way down to the Gulf Coast and back, serving all of South Texas. It is GC Services Roofing and Construction and their partners at Lone Star Nano Services. It's a one-stop shop. Let's say you think, well, shit, I haven't had my roof looked at. It might need to be replaced. I'm thinking it's getting gross and ugly. Lone Star comes out and GC comes out. They'll take a look at it, and they'll make an assessment. If your roof needs to be absolutely just done away with and redone, GC Services will redo your roof. Maybe your roof just needs to be treated. No problem. These boys have this love sauce they spray on there from Lone Star Nano Services to your roof or your concrete driveway that Rudy found out this past week. Got the cleanest driveway in the block, he was saying this morning.
Not even close.
And they can preserve the life of your roof by up to 15 years. And they also do driveways and sidewalks and stuff. So it's driveways and roofs, GC Services Roofing and or Lone Star Nano Services.
And I have a family lead for GC.
Okay.
AD Singh needs a roof.
Oh, okay.
He needs a roof.
He probably has like a 12-room mansion, too. I've never been invited over. I'm sure you have.
I've been over only once.
Okay.
He only lets black people come twice a year.
Oh, okay. Does he have a butler?
Juneteenth and MLK.
Did he
That's
hover?
coming up.
Did he meet you at the gate with a hoverboard?
No, I did get patted down on the way in, on the way out.
Or was it the magic carpet?
Russ.
I kid, AD, because we're funny. We're buddies. I can kid.
Russ, AD needs a roof. Holla at him.
Imagine you just see AD comes up on a rug.
On the carpet.
You have to get up on the carpet with him and go up to the mansion.
Yeah.
If you need your roof looked at, our boys at GC and Lone Star want to do it. Aaron Cooper's in the building, $9.99. Bookie giving new meaning to being a Marshall Ram.
Ram Pride.
With his cheeks flapping in the air.
Me and Priest Holmes.
Oh, my God, man.
And yes, finna
Don't be putting that on Priest Holmes just because he went there.
Don't
mean
do
he partakes in. That doesn't mean he does those things of the devil that you do.
Yes, finna go. They will give you an estimate in Cibolo.
Yes. Easy. Dude, they will go to Corpus Christi and back. So, yes, Cibolo, no problemo. Hit them up, finna go, or reach out to me. And I'll just give you their cell phone number. I'm allowed to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, very good. All right, it is in the building, presented by many, many, many people, and we can't do it without all of our partners. Thank you to Pub Sports Radio. We're also every day live on the Anthem TV app. Make sure you download the Anthem TV app for free and watch In the Building every day on there. All right. What's next on the sheet? My boy Brad Pitt's in here in the news today. He's had a hard 10 years. He's made great movies, but he's had a very hard divorce. Y'all give it up. Brad Pitt's divorce is finally over.
But they've been separated for forever.
Yeah, it's been the worst divorce of all time. Huh? Yeah, Angie.
Barely divorced?
They ain't been together in 10 years, and they just got divorced on
Did they have that much shit to separate?
Well, they had a lot of shit, but I think that hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, as you know. So finally, I think what happened was Jolie has delayed and delayed and delayed. They got the kids all in it, got super ugly. One of the daughters has actually now changed her name. She don't
want to be Pitt.
She dropped Pitt from her name. Pitt's lawyers are saying that they've been brainwashed by Angie, all this kind of thing. So Brad Pitt has never publicly commented on his divorce.
Good
but
for
it
him.
has something that he's dealt with for 10 years. So my boy Brad Pitt, who's getting ready to be on, he's one of my dudes.
Yeah.
I have a group of dudes.
That you let run your cheeks?
No, I would not let them run my cheeks. I'm not a homosexual man. I might let him ask my D, but I'm not going to let him pound my ass.
I would definitely consider it.
We know you would.
I would definitely consider it.
Okay, you don't always have to declare it. It's a given.
It's a given.
It's a given.
Okay,
it's a given. All right. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't let him ask my D neither.
I'm not kidding, so you guys.
Okay. So, no, I have a list of dudes. They just don't know that they're on my list. Brad Pitt being one of them. I'm super stoked for the new movie he's got coming out finally next month called F1, which we might ought to go see together as a field trip.
I'm not sitting in no theater with Buki. Been to have to fuck him up.
This whole show's going to be about Buki being, he's like fucking Quagmire over here.
Like he touched my thigh, I had to fuck him up in the theater.
Well, maybe you, me, and the girls can go.
We'll double date.
I would need someone to hold.
He got to come with Helga. He got to come with Helga. If he got to go anywhere with him, he got to come with Helga.
Is Helga have a penis?
No.
Okay. I mean, it's a legit question based on what we know.
Helga's not even a real name. So you
I
guys
know.
Anything.
Based on what we know about him, I have to ask the question: does Helga have a dick and balls? No, the answer. Okay, I'm somewhat surprised, but that if she did, that'd be fine. I have no problem with this. So, as y'all know, I'm also a staunch magazine reader. And I got my monthly edition of GQ magazine. Look who's on the cover. I didn't bring it in. I should bring it in. Brad Pitt, baby. Talking about his new movie, F1, that comes out next month. Lewis Hamilton is one of the executive producers to make sure that the movie was authentic and real and it looks like a legit racing movie.
He's one of the top 5 badasses on the planet.
On the planet, living, absolutely. Yeah. Cannot wait for the movie. It's going to be dope. Can't wait to see it. But for the first time, Brad Pitt actually discussed his 9-year-long divorce process with Angie Jolie. Tells GQ, my personal life is always in the news. It's been in the news for 30 years, bro, or some version of my personal life. Let's put it that way. When asked if filming F1 acted as a refuge from all of the bullshit he has to undergo with this divorce, he said, absolutely. On the how long, he never thought it would take 9 years to get rid of this girl. It's been an annoyance I've had to always deal with in different degrees, large and small, as I do the things I really want to do. So it's always been this kind of nagging time suck or a waste of my time if you let it be, and I've had to go to great lengths to not let it be a time suck. I'm trying to work. I'm trying to be an actor. I'm trying to have my life, and I constantly have this divorce over my shoulders. 9 effing years before this thing finally went final. Let's give it up for Brad. Finally, the divorce is done. Thank God.
See what that damn Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Dude.
When that happened, all of a sudden he let little old Aniston.
I know.
Aniston aged well. Jolie aged like bad milk.
Correct, because Jolie, she looks like a skeleton. She looks like that dude on He-Man. The Skeletor guy with a cloak. Her face looks like that guy. She ain't pretty no more. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree. So thumbs up to Brad Pitt. And I did find out, too, reading through this article, did y'all see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, man. The Tarantino movie. So he and Quentin are going to reprise the character he played in that movie. It's not going to be about...
That's a spinoff?
Kind of, yeah. So Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was about the Manson murders.
Yeah.
A fictional take.
Obviously.
Because Quentin Tarantino likes to take actual historical events and give his own version, which is hilarious. Like, it's just genius. Did you see the World War II movie he did? Inglourious Bastards?
Of course.
That was a fake spin on World War II. So they're going to take the character from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that Brad Pitt played. He played a stunt man, and they're going to make a movie based on that character. That's one of my all-time favorite movie characters, Cliff Booth, who Brad Pitt played in the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's great. Can't wait to see F1 next month. Shout out to Brad Pitt. Congratulations to him. Finally, his effing drawn-out 9 years long divorce with that bitch is over.
Your guy don't have jurisdiction out there in Cali?
I was just going to say, I don't think Orlando has jurisdiction in the state of Cali. But had Orlando been a practicing divorce lawyer in California, he'd have gotten Brad out of that sumbitch 5 years ago, because Orlando kills our guy, which is a nice segue into this new segment. Not this new old segment, this next segment. It is time to get violent here on In the Building.
Now, it's time for People I Want to Punch on In the Building.
All right, gentlemen. It is indeed that time. Who do y'all want to punch today and why? Who personally, what human being, if you could punch him in the face and get away with it, who would that person be today, and why would that person be your punch?
Only for the actions from last night's post-game press conference. I want to punch one Anthony Edwards for sitting next to one of the greatest humans, greatest teammates, greatest people, wily veteran, one of the best point guards to walk through this NBA, sitting right next to Mike Conley in your post-game press conference and say, I ain't hurt, I'm good. I get to do this a whole bunch more times. Mike Conley sitting there visibly annoyed by that take, and I don't blame him, you know what I mean? So it's like me being I must say I make varsity as a freshman, and we get eliminated in the playoffs, and all my seniors are crying, and I sit and I stand up and say, I'm good. I got 3 more years of this, while my veteran teammates are bawling their eyes out, not knowing what's coming next. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. So again, I get where he's coming from. He's not the first athlete to say this. Greg Popovich lives by this. If you lose a basketball game, that's your worst thing that happened to you. You probably lived a pretty good life. Greg Popovich has said this a million times. Manny Ramirez, Tony Romo, LeBron James, the list goes on. But while you're sitting next to one of the great guys that have come through this league, Memphis' all-time leading scorer, done great things in this league, and to say that in front of him while he's sitting next to you is bullshit. You got a lot of growing up. I love Anthony Edwards. I think he's getting unfairly criticized. Anybody with 2 eyes sees that team is a shitty-ass team. They shouldn't. Only reason why they've been to 2 conference finals is because of him. They shouldn't even be there. But have some respect for the vet and say, yeah, you don't have to say, like, I'm distraught, but don't say, I'm good, I get to do this whole bunch. Read the room. But he has a lot of growing up to do. He has a lot of growing up. Like, the only reason why, Sprite and Adidas in Minnesota, he makes a ton of money for them. So they allow him to get away with some of the bullshit, a lot of the bullshit he says on camera, and a lot of things. He's very, very immature. And that last night was bullshit, and I wouldn't have been mad if Mike Conley would have knocked that crooked hat off of his head and said, hey, dude, have some fucking respect. So because he disrespected the great Mike McConnelly, I would say punch him.
Pop has said, hey, there's worse things in the world than losing a basketball game. I just want to go get some wine and dinner and go to bed. And we'll worry about this tomorrow. And a lot of people didn't love that he said that. People understood. He's just trying to bring some context to life.
Perspective to it, right.
Perspective. And I didn't hear it. I saw the quote from Edwards, but I'd like to see. I need to go back and watch
look at Mike Conley's face. Go look at Mike Conley's face.
Because it's one thing.
Visibly disturbed.
It depends on how you're how are you delivering your message. It's one thing to say, look, Sucks we lost, but what are you going to do? Congratulations to them. I just got my ass kicked. I just want to go get a nice hot meal, get a glass of wine, and go Mimi's.
Right.
I mean, this. Tony Romo said, hey, if this is the worst thing that ever happens to me losing a football game, I've had a pretty good life. People didn't like that either.
LeBron is just a game.
But I get that.
Right.
Oh, LeBron was a dick. Wasn't he like, I get to go back to my mansion?
You got to go back to your life.
Oh, my God. That was shitty. So did Anthony Edwards say it like, hey, man, we're going to have more chances. I'm young. I'll be back next year. Or was it like, whatever?
Because they were asking.
Shit, I'm going to be back to this fucking thing every year.
It was more like the first.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't like all cocky, like, whatevs.
Yeah.
I'm coming back. I'll be back. I got 4 or 5 more runs in me.
Yeah.
Was it all cocky or humble? Like, man, I'll be back.
He was just trying to let the reporter know you're not getting under my skin.
I see.
And it came off insensitive to me. And I didn't say McConaughey Keto. You just listening too slow. I said Mike Conley. It just all ran together like McConaughey. But no, it was bullshit. Punch Anthony Edwards for that.
And how old is that kid? 24?
3.
Okay.
He's got a lot of growing up to do.
I'm going to give him a pass.
Yeah.
So normally the way I view age and maturity, and a lot of times age ain't nothing but a number. You know, I know a bunch of 50-year-old men that need to grow the fuck up too still.
Me too.
25 years old is right around where, like, if
you got to make the transition.
If I know you and I used to tell Jim Bob all the time way back in the day on the old radio station, when you hit 25, you are out of excuses. Damn. I don't want to hear that your school loans are kicking your ass or your mom's a B. I'm not talking about JB anymore. Now I'm talking in generalities. Because I used to always, that was something we would say on the air all the time, every time Jim Bob would screw up or whatever, or be late or fall asleep or be hungover. I'm like, all right, you got 1.5 years till you turn 25, and you're out of excuses at that time. At that point, you are responsible for you. Your parents aren't to blame.
No.
It's not Donald Trump. At 25 years old, as a young man, it's on you.
Fair.
Especially when you got God knows how much money in your bank account, the world by the yin yang, a talent about you that less than 0.00001% of the people have. Yes, he shows immaturity. Yeah. I don't want to see any more fucking videos talking shit.
He was so
outside of hotels.
His energy level for Luka and LeBron was to the moon.
Okay, well then I guess mission accomplished.
Yeah,
you beat the Lakers, so it was a great season.
That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. I'm not saying I'm right.
Right. Are you trying to win rings or beat the Lakers?
Right.
Because the Lakers were not hard to beat this year.
No.
The Lakers are not a very good basketball team this year.
Neither is Minnesota, as we found out.
Well, or Oklahoma City is just really great.
Yeah,
we're going to find out too. And I look forward to it. So I look forward to the finals. I do. Whether they play the Knicks come back or not, I look forward to the finals. Granted, I've not watched every minute of every game of these two series. I will be by the channel for all of the finals, though, and because I want to get a good assessment of Oklahoma City. Are they a watered down team in a watered down league, or am I underrating Oklahoma City? And are these 3 legit stars here that are about to take off and win 3 or 4 championships in a 10-year span?
Yeah,
that may be that. Maybe
we're gonna find out.
All right, it is in the building. Orlando Kell brings us people I want to punch each and every day. My punch today is Aaron Rodgers. I'm worn out by fucking Aaron Rodgers.
Your fist should hurt from punching him.
I'm done. He is the number 1 candidate for douchebag of the year. The more that comes out on this guy,
he's beyond a douche.
Yeah, he's
something else.
He's a bad person.
He's a prick.
Yes. So Danica Patrick,
his ex, right?
Former NASCAR driver.
Were they together?
Yes.
2.5 years. They were engaged.
Okay,
they were going to get married. Or did they get married? Did they actually get hitched?
I don't know.
So
but then you find out who he really is. Ask Olivia Munn. Ask his family.
Right. Danica Patrick did a sit down with that, what's her face, Sage Steele. Longtime ESPN host. Now she does a generic talk show. Says the worst time in her life ever has been the 2 years she was with Aaron Rodgers and the breakup. The worst time of her life was the breakup. Aaron basically dumped her. Listen, hey, by the way, we're done. Bye. Fuck off.
Well, I don't mind how you break up. That's none of my business. But he's just an asshole.
Yeah, he just cut. Yeah. Says that she was emotionally abused in that relationship by him, nonstop. And then the way he handled the breakup was just ruthless. You know, there was no. It was just, hey, yeah, we're done. She's like, wait, I didn't even know we were having problems.
Right.
Now we're done. We're good. Probably because he met Olivia Munn. But I would say to Danica Patrick, sorry to hear that. ... You chose to be with the biggest douchebag in sports.
And he left you.
Just saying. Terry Bradshaw, meanwhile. And I don't love Terry Bradshaw.
Terry threw him under a Mack truck.
Well, he threw the Steelers under the bus. Basically, he sounds like all these other old school Steelers. Hey, what are we doing fucking around with this guy? Why are we? Okay, you want to sign him? That's one thing. But it's fucking June.
We're at OTAs.
Why are we still flirting with this guy? We're the Pittsburgh Steelers. What are we doing? Bradshaw said the whole thing's a joke, and he's embarrassed to be a Steeler right now.
Brashaw's getting old.
I know, and I don't love Terry Bradshaw, but I sympathize with him on this.
That don't mean he ain't right.
No, it's of course.
Right.
What are we doing still screwing around flirting with Aaron Rodgers, man?
Dude, it's because
you're the Pittsburgh Steelers. Move on.
In their minds,
are they that horny for football wins?
In their minds, he can get them over the hump.
But he's not.
I agree with you.
He's not even that great anymore.
I'm just going into the mind of the Steelers because Mike Tomlin has been a 9-8 coach for 10 years. The taste in their mouth is gone, and they're looking for that desperate quick fix. And they think it's Aaron Rodgers.
Well, that's ironic.
Clearly.
And that's ironic because the Steelers have never been that kind of an organization. The Rooney family don't do that.
No.
I don't understand this. What they need to do is, fuck it. Don't fire Mike. Keep Mike. Just run Mason Rudolph's ass out there. Suck all year. And maybe you wind up with Arch Manning. Or the kid from Austin, Cade Klubnik, the Clemson quarterback.
Clemson, dude, yeah.
It's a good quarterback class next year. Bite the bullet, suck, get into the top 5, trade a couple of ones, and go get Arch Manning already. And then Mike Tomlin gets to stay 10 more years.
No shit.
So what are we doing screwing around with Aaron Rodgers? So that's my punch is Aaron Rodgers and the people that continue to associate with this guy. He is a bad human being. All right, my boys at Texas Cheerlicker are not, and I'm not either, and I would love to know you. Punch Joy Taylor for not knowing Rodgers was not on the Steelers. I didn't know that Joy Taylor didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Anyway, I saw Taylor, thought they were talking shit about me. I was getting ready to get defensive. Joy Taylor, the Super Road Lizard? Okay. Is she back on the air?
I don't know.
Anyway, sorry, I got bogged down. Texas Cheerlicker. I will be at the Lucky Ranch location.
Texas Cheerlicker number 3.
Correct. Tomorrow. Gosh, it's Thursday already. Yeah, very good. Tomorrow, I will be at the Lucky Ranch location, which is right off of I-90, just outside 1604. I'm going to the west side, southwest side of town, from 2 to 4 tomorrow. I will be there, and I will be selling tickets to our Big in the Building, longest day of the year live concert that Rudy and I are doing on Saturday night, June 21st, at High Waves Event Center on the property of High Waves Church, which is right down the street from this location of Texas Cheerlicker. So basically, you jump on I-90 and you head west out of town, just outside 1604. There's a Texas Cheerlicker there. I will be there from 2 to 4 tomorrow selling tickets. We've got VIP for $117, and we got general admission for $40. I'll be selling as many as y'all want to buy. I will have my little phone out. You can jump on there on the Eventbrite link. Everyday Bouquet puts the Eventbrite link up for us on our chat, too. So you ain't got to even go to the liquor store tomorrow. Just go on there and just buy the tickets today. But come out to the liquor store and hang out with me anyway, because we're going to be hanging out, maybe passing out swag.
I'll be there from 2 to 3.
Rudy's going to come hang out for an hour before he has to get out of there. So both of us from 2 to 3, me from 2 to 4. And on that map right there that Bouquet's got up on the screen, it's the Gold Star furthest south on your picture.
We're doing
outside of 1604 off of 90.
We're kind of doing market research because that's close to where we're doing the event. So, hey, let's see how many of you are out there. Mm-hmm. See if y'all gonna make it out there. But see, I live on Petranco. For you, so this is what I'm weirded out by because of where I live. I can't get mad at people because of where I live. I moved out to Petranco in 2005. So anywhere I would go was a 30-minute drive. So it's nothing for me. Like even this morning, I had to meet up with Mike early. 40-minute drive, I don't think anything of it. So when people say, man, anything over 15, 20 minutes, I ain't going. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, I'm used to driving 30, 40 minutes. So, but anyway, we're going to raffle off some Buffalo Trace. You buy a ticket, and you'll get in the hopper for a bottle of Buffalo Trace.
Nice. So there it is. So you buy tickets, buy at least one ticket to the live show, and you get into the Buffalo Trace giveaway, the hopper.
Texas Chill Liquor number 3.
I'm going to pull that right at 4 o'clock tomorrow on location. All right. Love everybody hard. Thank you much. All right. What the hell was that pink substance that Stefon Diggs flashed on the boat? Have you seen the photo?
I've seen the photo.
Okay. See if you can't find this picture, Bouquet. So Stefon Diggs, brother of Cowboy cornerback Trayvon Diggs, a wide receiver who is now, dare I say, bounced around the NFL. They made no effort to re-sign him in Buffalo.
Buffalo got better.
Houston got rid of him as soon as they could. New England's now brought him in. He's playing for Mike Vrabel. This is a video of Stefon Diggs on a boat surrounded by road lizards, and he's got these girls all interested in whatever he's got rolled up in aluminum foil. It's pink. Oh, and is that aluminum foil? What the hell? Is that a box?
It's like a Ziploc bag.
Okay, it's a Ziploc bag. Yeah. What is that? Is that Molly?
You know what's crazy about the video, other than the fact that it looks like he has drugs, and Vrabel has had to answer questions about this because he's supposed to be at OTA. Well, not supposed to be, but he should be at OTAs because he's on a new team.
Yep.
But then you're spotted with whatever looks like maybe could be ecstasy, probably Molly.
Yeah.
But the other crazy part about it is he's surrounded by these 3 females, but his so-called girlfriend is on the boat with him. Cardi B is on the boat. She was there, but he was passing out Molly.
Yeah.
To 3 other
to
road
all
lizards.
The other road lizards. Yeah.
I don't know, what was it. Some people saying it's called Tootsie. Some people are calling it crank.
What the hell's Tootsie?
It's meth crack. No, it's not. Stefon Diggs is not dealing meth. I'm willing to bet it's probably something.
He ain't dealing it. He's giving it to these girls so they'll do whatever they want.
I'm willing to bet it's exotic Molly. It's probably Molly or X.
Okay. So he and Cardi B are having a party with these girls,
What is that?
Everybody's doing drugs.
No, it's gum. I ain't no snitch.
What is that? What is that? Big League Chew?
That's Big League Chew.
Now there is pink cocaine. That's become a big thing.
High grade shit?
I think so. Yeah, pink cocaine has become a thing in the celebrity circles of our country.
Well, Vrabel wasn't happy that he's having to answer questions about it.
No, it says they're going to look into it. It's one thing you're not at the OTA. It's another one you're popping Molly or you're fucking doing Tootsie or Pink Blow or whatever with your road lizards. And it's a whole nother thing to completely disrespect the entire fucking Patriots organization. Let's just post the video. I mean, what's the big deal?
No, this is
why are we posting?
No, he didn't. This is why
Why is he letting people roll on their phone?
That's what I was gonna say. He's not used to being the man, because you get on a Chris Brown boat, your phones are getting taken at the door like you're at a Kevin Hart concert. You go to a Drake party, your phone gets taken at the dock. You go to a Diddy party, you damn sure leaving your phone at the dock. This dude ain't used to not having no damn celebrity status. Nobody's phone would have been allowed.
Post those pictures.
Is Tootsie.
Post those pictures on our deal. Show the folks what you're looking at. I can see what he's researching. All right, look right there. That is pink cocaine. That looks like what's in that bag.
Tootsie.
I love that you guys are learning about this. I'm learning about it too, but it's just funny. You guys are saying it like it's like a foreign word. Tootsie.
I'm trying to pronounce it right.
Tootsie, because you get a lot of pussy.
Yeah.
He and Cardi B are having, hey, you know what? These are adults. These are grown folks. Except a couple things. A, there's a drug policy in the NFL.
Oh, he got pissed the next day. I guarantee it.
We are in the middle of OTAs. Nice to have you, new guy. Thanks for being on the team. This is the kind of shit here that if like Bob Kraft won't, but like the Roonies,
yeah,
we're done. Don't even bother showing up. We tear the contract out. There's got to be some sort of and who knows? Is there something in the contract that they don't have to pay him if he fucks up before a certain day?
He is recovering from an ACL.
He is a rando wide receiver now. He can't stay on the same team.
He's
not
Minnesota,
as good.
Buffalo,
He's
Houston,
blown his knee
New
out.
England.
Yeah, he is a rando journeyman guy at this point. So punch his ass. That's insane. These Diggs brothers, both Trayvon's no exception. These Diggs brothers, they like to have fun off the field.
Well, what I came to realize, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, is some of these dudes came here to get paid and not be Jerry Rice.
Not Stanley Tucci. It's just Tucci.
Maybe that's what it's called, Tucci.
Tucci. That's Tucci.
Or is it Tucci?
It is fun seeing two old guys learn a new word, isn't it? Yeah. Tucci. What that sounds like? Are we snorting that off the pussy?
Jesus.
It is good. It is good. That's quality content.
Have you had this?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm pussy, so I don't snort. I can barely eat things. You know, I've had shrooms like 3 times in my life.
Oh man!
You know, one time I was in the shower and the whole walls are vibrating. I was like, Jesus Christ!
I don't need that in my life.
No, I don't see what's fun about that.
I've never done shrooms. I've never done coke.
Yeah,
I grew up around that shit, and I'm scared to death of it. I would never do it.
Yeah,
I'm microdosed. I don't know if that's considered shrooms. It is a shroom, but
it's very minimal
really,
though.
yeah.
People run nations that are microdosing. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about like him with the walls melting in the shower.
I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't want to go to Cirque du Soleil and think I'm about to get eaten.
Yeah, I can't do it though.
No. So. All right, Can I get one last punch in?
Yes.
Please.
I want to punch the devil in the Ozarks. All right, so I've been totally enthralled by the big jailbreak in Louisiana.
The only thing I think of Ozark is Jason Bateman and the Great Series.
Well, that's what makes this even spookier. So I've been totally enamored by the big jailbreak down in New Orleans. Now they've busted 8 of the 10. There's still 2 of them on the loose. They'll find both the others. We have another jailbreak, but this dude here, because we were talking the other day, like a couple of these guys that escaped the jail in New Orleans.
Yeah,
a couple of them were in for murder. You got some legit fucking bad dudes here. This guy is a whole different level. I want to introduce you all. See if you can't find a picture of this guy. Grant Harden is his name. Grant Harden, a.k.a. the Devil of the Ozarks.
Why is he the devil?
Well, because he is a psychopathic murderer.
Damn.
And a former police chief.
Jesus.
Former police chief.
So
he has like the Penguin.
This dude has survival skills. He looks like my former boss at the land company I work for, but he's not. All right. NBC News, Arkansas, Ozark Mountain.
Wait, what that picture of?
He
looks scary.
He looks like the Penguin.
This guy here is bad. This is a bad man right here. So he is on the loose as we speak in the foothills of the Ozark Mountains and the Ozark National Forest along the Arkansas-Missouri border. NBC News, a former Arkansas police chief, was serving a decades-long sentence for a brutal rape and murder.
Why only 10 years?
That's crazy.
No, decades long.
Oh, decades.
Decade,
okay.
plural.
Okay,
multiple
cool. I was
decades
about to say.
for rape and murder. He has escaped from Calico Rock Prison Sunday by disguising himself as a warden or as a
officer,
an employee of the jail. What do you call them? I don't know what the hell you call them. What do you call the people the guards? I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever. The ongoing search for Grant Harden, who's now 56 years old, has sparked urgent warnings from many local law enforcement agencies. The residents of this small northwest Arkansas area are totally on edge. They have a curfew in order. This guy is Freddy fucking Krueger. Several law enforcement agencies across the state are assisting in the search for Harden, whose crimes were featured in the 2023 HBO documentary Devil of the Ozarks.
Did not know that.
This guy is a maniac. Former Benton County prosecuting attorney Nathan Smith, who helped put Harden in prison, says his crimes were shocking. Nathan Smith has now had his own personal security has been beefed up with this guy on the loose. Says anytime you have a former law enforcement officer accused and convicted in committing these crimes, it shocks everybody. Police agencies and law enforcement agencies are no different than anyone else. They're populated by human beings. There's going to be a couple of bad apples, but this guy was the worst apple imaginable.
Well, then I'm going to tell you this.
Man.
I'll say this. He had help.
Probably did.
If you swing that big of a stick, you're former sheriff, you know a few of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
What, did you kill the guy and put him in a dryer and take his uniform? No, you had help. He had some help. Somebody helped him.
Well, they say that he made a fake uniform that wasn't an official one, but yeah, he probably had some help.
He had some help.
Yeah, this guy he's a raping, murdering son of a bitch. And if you read about the things this guy did, it's just he was one of these dudes that liked to didn't just kill you. He tortured you, cut you up, raped your parts. I mean, he's just
I saw that movie.
Massive maniac.
I think I saw
the documentary,
that.
The Devil in the Ozarks.
Oh, okay. No, I thought that's all.
So how you gonna let this sumbitch get out, knowing he's that ruthless? Why is he in Calico State Prison? He needs to be in the
federal max.
Something, but he's
supposed to be in the 23.
He didn't commit federal crimes. So
murder and rape ain't fed.
That ain't fed. No.
Jesus.
Unless he did it unless the victim was a federal agent. No, man. So punch this guy. Got to get this devil in the Ozarks. This guy's a bad, bad human being. A terrible, ruthless bastard who he's probably worse than all these other 10 kids down in New Orleans combined. This guy's pure evil. These kids are just criminals.
Yeah.
Rando murderers killing other drug dealers.
Sheriff,
this guy here is targeting innocent civilians.
And you're sheriff, so it comes with a different trust.
Sure.
On the female's part or on the male's part.
Yeah.
Because that's sheriff.
And so
absolutely, you can give me a ride.
He escaped Sunday, and he's up in the mountains. And so they were like, "Look, he can't go anywhere. He can't leave these mountains. The woods we totally got it surrounded. He's not going to be able to survive very long on his own." But then some people that have known him have said, "Well, he's a mountain boy.
Yeah,
he's a hunter. He's a gamesman. He's like fucking John Rambo out there."
Oh.
Dude,
shout out to John Rambo.
Shout out to John Rambo. He was innocent. He was an innocent guy. He just got set up by those shitty small town cops. This guy here, a former police chief of his town, is a bad dude. So punch him. Punch this devil in the Ozarks. All right.
Before we get out of here, I need some help.
Okay. Shit, we totally forgot yesterday. All right.
I need some help.
Rudy needs attention.
I need y'all.
This is serious. All right. Thunderdome. Subscribers, time to do your magic. Go ahead, Rudy.
Y'all know we're in Texas. It's hot as shit. It's been very, very hot. Well, my wife's AC on her vehicle went out. We found out we need a compressor and need to get it put in. Lord knows my punk ass don't know how to fix shit. So 2016 Infiniti QX50, 2-wheel drive, air compressor, / get it put in. Don't have to be brand new. If y'all know anybody, mechanics, whatever, point me in the right direction. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, X. I'll be looking for my messages. I never check my Facebook messages, but since I put this message out there, I'll be checking it. Hit Mike up. If you don't know how to hit me up, hit Mike up, hit Buki up. But I need a compressor and I need it put in. Can't have the wife and kids riding around with no AC. So please reach out to me and I'll get you all the specs.
We need somebody who can do a good job on AC. So y'all hit us up, please. Like you said, it's one thing if Rudy didn't have AC.
I wouldn't give a shit.
We'd still get you some help.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
But this is family. His wife and babies are riding around in the heat. We can't.
And Lord knows the dealership wants the dealership wants your kidney.
Of course, right. So, anybody got a good somebody they know, a good mechanic, AC person? Hit us up, please. All right, you can buy tickets to the live show coming up on June 21st. The Eventbrite link is up. If you're watching this thing after the show is over, it's at Eventbrite. You just search In the Building, San Antonio, and you can find our show link. Please buy tickets and support our live concert we have coming up June 21st. You and I have a photo shoot to go to.
We had shit before. We got the shows and we got shit after. My guy, even extra shit after the
I have more shit with that later today. I ain't even got time to take a shit. I got so much shit. Right. All right, we're done. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you boys back in here mañana at 10 a.m. for the Friday edition. Have a great day. Reach out to Rudy. Reach out to me if you have a good mechanic. We're looking for a good dude in town.
Yeah.
Love you all hard. We'll see you back in here tomorrow. Later.